In today's final lesson, we're going to finish a little editing with the paint bucket, and then we're going to add some components to our building instead of us drawing out the objects that we want. So we're going to start by going back to our paint bucket again, and this is kind of what we finished up with the other day. And in our choices here, you see we have vegetation, we have ground cover, if you want to cover things in rocks and stuff, but I think we'll go to the vegetation so it's nice and green. And I'm going to choose one of the grasses. I'll choose this one here. And so once I've done that, I'm going to come down to the section around the building and click on that, and that's going to add that green grass to my building, or to my 3D model here. And so that is something else that you have a choice of, just like what we did with the brick. As you remember in the last lesson, we can do that with surrounding areas and other things. Anything that comes up with one of these menu choices, fencing, markers, roofing, all that stuff. If you're doing inside, you could do carpet. So you have a lot of choices of already made graphics to add into your 3D model. Now we're going to switch over now and go to Window, let me change, and go to Components. And in our components, you'll see that we can do a number of things. If we click the house, you're going to see the component that we already have that we're using, and that's the lady, which is there. And we can edit and do a number of things with her. If we click the drop down here, this is our end model. That's what we're using right now, is our end model unit. If we come down, we have some different choices here, from construction to playground, architecture. If I click on one of those, you see that it loads up a number of different things, and you can kind of scroll down and see all the different stuff that we have to choose from. I'm going to click on doors and windows, and you're going to see that it opens up some choices for doors and windows that we can use here in Google. I'm just going to choose scalable double hung and click on download model, and I'm going to load this to my Sketchup so that it's in there, and you're going to see that now I have, moving around is my window. And so I'm just going to click, and that's going to put my window there in its place. Okay, and let me see if I can move down a little bit here. There we go. And so you can see the one window I had. Now it does look funny because we probably need to add another window, so I'm going to go back to Components, and let's see if we can click on End Model. And click and drag over, and we're going to add that one to our end model. And I'm just going to rotate around to the back side now. I'm not going to put windows all over the place, but I am going to drag some more windows in and put them into my model. And so therefore I now have windows in my model, and you can see into those windows just like you can the ones that we drew. So that allows us to at least do that. And you know, you can add doors, you can add windows. We've talked about all the kind of stuff. If you want to add people, we can come here to SketchUp, and you know, 2D people, 3D people, whatever the case may be, dogs that you might want to add. I'm just going to add this guy. Yes, and download, and we'll download it directly. And so there you see him. You can put him inside if you wanted. I'm just going to have him stand right here. There. And so now we've added a person. So there's all kinds of things that we can add and do here in our SketchUp model. And so now you can see that we have a person, a couple people. We added windows, and we made the stuff translucent so we can see inside. We do have a door. We could have added a component door, and it'll look more realistic. We added windows up here, and you can see inside of those. So if we were doing things on the inside, you could see them from the outside. So this concludes our lesson in making a 3D model and using window components and paint bucket and using all of our push-pull tools, moving things around, adding arcs, all of that stuff has been done in all these lessons that we have just finished and you've completed.